I'm 5'5", but I've also got really long legs, which is really nice.
Oh, no.
Though I can climb behind things really easily, behind props and set pieces and things like that, and I end up in the loft, or not in the loft, but in the in battens, which is where the curtains are.
The battens?
The battens. I end up going up into battens a lot.
See, I'm already learning something. That's what the curtains are called, where the battens are?
Yeah. That's where you bring down the curtains and you can bring up backdrops.
What's a bow batten? Does anybody know what that is?
Bring up the curtains.
No, do you know what a bow batten is? I've heard that. What's that?
No, I don't.
That's in Harry Potter. Isn't that what those are? Aren't those the ladies that are the ladies of bow batten or whatever? Isn't that what they're called?
I don't know. Yeah. See, I'm not in the Harry Potter frame of mind right now. We're rewatching Lord of the Rings. Right now, we're halfway through Return of the King. The Harry Potter stuff has gone out the window right now.
Return of the King.
Yeah.
Return of the King. That is just for Mrs.
Oh yeah,
Schreiner. That is for nobody else. Right?
That's our 90s groove.
Absolutely. Return of the King. See, I know you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, do you, Aiden?
Actually, I do.
Get out of town. You do?
My parents are very old heads.
Oh, old heads.
Old heads.
They are actually 39.
39.
Oh, they're younger than
They are old heads.
39.
Right. Yeah. So they listen.
You're calling 39 old?
No, he's saying that they listen to old stuff.
Yeah, old stuff.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that 39 is old. I'm like, my dad's 45. Does that make him ancient?
Yeah, I'm 51. What am I?
Oh, my goodness.
Much older.
Dinosaur age, I guess.
I'm basically Gandalf, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
The white wizard.
Jeez. We are here. Well, you're listening to Stage Door Theater Podcast hosted by a couple of average guys, and there's only one average guy here tonight, me. But we are at Whitmer High School, and we're going to talk about their program. But as soon as I parked over here, first thing I saw was this fancy-dancy signage and all this kind of stuff. You guys are kind of legit, huh?
We are legit. They renovated the auditorium in 2006, which is getting to kind of be a long time now. It's still not. It seems like it's recent.
Right, you
to
think
me,
it's brand new, but then you go 2006. Wait a minute, that was already almost 20 years ago.
Wait a minute, that's before I was born.
That's
Right.
the year I was born.
Aiden's here to make sure we all know that it was a long time ago.
That's the year I was born.
Really? The year I was born, Zoe?
I was 1 year old.
It was 18 years ago.
Well,
18 years.
My kids are 06 and 07 for birthdays. So yeah, but it doesn't. It
Forever
seems like,
ago.
I think the older you get, the closer things seem.
That didn't take place.
Right.
Yeah, that was super easy. We think it was just a minute ago.
Yeah.
And then they remind us that it wasn't.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah.
Had to check you.
When they renovated in here, they really they wanted it to be less of an auditorium and more of a theater. So I think that's why we have some of those.
Oh, so before
details.
it was like just this all-purposey area maybe that was like, oh, we could do whatever on. But now this does not look like anything other than a theater.
Yes.
This is amazing. This looks like the house that Sarah Shepard built. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I mean,
it kind of is, if we're being real. Let's give credit where credit is due. So.
Do you need to tell them who Sarah Shepard is, or does she come back all the time and do great things for the school?
So, do you guys know?
When she has any second at all to do anything.
I am a new student. So
So Aiden is, we've got two very brand new kids to our theater. But what's interesting, though, is just last week, we were pulling costumes from the costume room, and we did find a shirt with Sarah Shepard's name on it because it must have been hers for some show she did. And I was showing some of the kids. Did I show you guys at all?
No.
What do you mean, like a show shirt or like a costume?
It was a costume, and it still had her name on it. It was still assigned to her. So I kind of pulled that, and I sent her.
You guys just don't wash stuff here? I don't understand. Like, what do you...
Well, listen, the theater is known for its dust.
It got thrown in the back and sprayed with some Febreze and forgotten for how many years, right?
Pretty accurate.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupt your Sarah Shepard stuff.
That was it. I mean, that's what we do with the directors as well, right? After each show, they just take us in the back, spray us with some Febreze, and they send us out to another show.
Sarah Shepard's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
She's on the tour right now
Yes,
for
she
Beautiful the Musical, playing the lead character.
Carole
And
King.
Carole King, and she came from this little building right here.
I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah.
I am not in the theater space outside of here.
That's okay. You're not. So you don't follow everybody out on Broadway.
No,
that's fine.
I don't.
You just have fun now.
And I started here in 2008, so I technically shouldn't know about Sarah Shepard because she graduated before that.
Right.
But when I was in college at UT, I came here in 2004 to help as an acting coach.
Oh.
And she was playing Bella in Lost in Yonkers at the time. So I actually got to work with her.
And that was here? She was in high school?
She was in high school here.
Okay.
And so that was kind of cool. So
Lost in Yonkers, which is close to where you grew up then,
That's
obviously.
right.
Yeah,
Brooklyn, New York, in the house. We represent. I don't have my hoop earrings today, but I almost wore them, you know.
Just a little bit of conversation before we started here to try and figure out where she came from, what was going on, and all that good jazz.
Yes.
So the Whitmer program, obviously starting way back when, has kind of like a big deal. You know, you guys do some stuff. So I'm glad I was able to finally get here and see what's going on.
Me too.
So just sitting in this theater, I am kind of like, do you guys pack this place?
We do.
It's huge.
We do. We actually do. And it is a blessing and a privilege, honestly. I'm going to be very real, though. We did see a little bit of a change in our attendance, as all theaters have since COVID. It's been really difficult for schools to kind of come back fully from that. I'm not saying that they don't, but it's been a long journey. It
Really?
honestly has. When we first...
I mean, that was what, about 2020? Here we are, 2024, and you're still trying to get back to...
We're still trying to, because it changed the shape of arts in school. Like in 2020, I was given the option as to whether or not I wanted to do a show or I wanted to wait.
Oh.
And I wanted to get back here as soon as possible.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, when you get bitten by that theater bug, this is where you want to be,
and,
right?
and no offense, but also the kids only have so many years.
That's true,
in high
too.
school, and you're teaching in a high school, and if you decide to take 7 years off, the kids just don't get theater?
That's right.
That whole time?
Yes.
That's not cool.
No. And those kids, believe me, they got cheated out of their musical in 2020, and they were chomping at the bit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So-
and some of the kids too, not to keep interrupting like I always do, but then you have freshmen who, good luck getting a role when you're a freshman, and good luck getting a role when you're a sophomore. So finally, when it's their turn, to start being old enough to get these roles, and then you just have COVID hit, and then you just don't want to do a show because to play it safe, and it's like, so the times that you could have really hosed some kids. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad you didn't do that.
No. I just said, let's do it as safe as we can. We'll come back and do whatever. We'll just follow whatever the rules are.
What was the show that you did?
We did Miss Electricity.
Never heard of that one.
It's about a little girl who gets struck by lightning and she thinks she can control electricity.
Oh.
But it turns out to be, her
Fake.
imagination.
It's fake. Yeah. It's like that commercial with the kid who thinks he's Darth Vader opening up the car doors. It's really just his dad on the inside.
The Force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what she was like.
Yes,
I've never heard. Is it a play then? I assume
it's a play, and it was. I think it was playscripts.com. So it was just something fun to do. It was along the same lines as Junie B. Jones. We did. Yeah.
Junie B. Jones. Okay.
Yes, I wanted to do something that I thought would get the community.
Have you seen Junie B. Jones, Aiden?
Again.
I think I read. Was it a book?
Read
You
it?
read the
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a book
the book,
series.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a book series.
Got
Yeah,
it.
she's a little reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you were all about that. You read the whole series.
Not the whole
Okay,
series.
all right.
I did.
You did. There you go.
Okay.
Zoe's all
Yeah.
about. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I
you know,
did.
they made a movie over it too, I believe.
I
didn't they?
I don't
I
even
don't know. I could be talking out of my. All right. Aiden, so you just transferred here?
January.
You literally just transferred here. You've been here for like a couple days. Wow.
feels like it.
You don't seem like it. Seems like you've just jumped right into the whole program,
It's
though.
because of theater. Theater has been really accepting. of
Yeah, that's
me,
great.
and, like I immediately, as soon as I got here, it was like theater auditions are like tomorrow.
You were just having sword fights with some dude a second ago. So you bonded that quickly?
Yeah.
Or was that an actual real duel to the death?
That was a real deal to the death. Sorry, I don't think he knew that though.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool, though. You were able to just jump in and start doing it. So theater auditions, and you were like, I'm game.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to do this?
I did theater at my old school too.
Okay.
But here it's obvious. It's a lot better.
Oh, really?
Like
You must have went to my high school then, too. It's geez, this is not the same at all.
Yeah, I come from like a small town.
Yeah,
too,
that
so
was
it
me.
was like doing it in the lunchroom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I was on wrestling in high school also. We didn't even have a theater, but we wrestled in the cafeteria. So that's how gross we are. So, just so you know, we had to bleach the whole floor and everybody would come in the next day and be like, great,
And
we're
then
all
someone
going to get
screams,
ringworm.
Food fight.
Yeah.
A peanut butter and jelly singlet. No.
The amount of ringworm preached to us was
Lord.
crazy. Like, clean this thing. We don't want the whole school to get ringworm, so make sure you bleach it. There was a lot. Okay, so, yeah. So continue. I'm sorry. So you come here, you're having sword fights, and people are treating you okay already.
Yeah, and honestly, Whitmer is really lucky. I come from a place where I was literally just a lunchroom cafeteria.
Yeah.
And we were just boom. We didn't have the sound or the lights or
as you're pointing up to the beautiful
Right?
spotlights up here, and it looks like a tech room. What is that up there?
That's our booth, with the
this is us.
sound and lighting.
Sound and lighting area. So like the stage manager up there, or stage manager on the stage?
Both. We have
2 stage managers, a student director, and
we have Zoe, who is the stage crew. What'd you call her?
crew leader.
Crew leader.
She does everything.
Officially giving me the title.
Yeah, she does everything.
This is your first year too, though?
This is my first official show. I joined our last show, which was Amelia Earhart, and to shout out Mrs. Schreiner, she wrote and directed that entire show.
You wrote the show?
Yeah.
Where was I on this one? How did we miss that one? I didn't know you do those things. When you do that again, please get a hold of us, because that's a story. Because now apparently you are a playwright.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I joined.
How did you convince the director at Whitmer to do your show? You wrote?
I had to look in the mirror and really, really persuade her. She wasn't sure we could do it.
You're like, I don't know about this. Seems iffy. I don't know how I'm going to bring your vision to life here. Sorry, go ahead.
So I joined about a month and a half late. I did not come to auditions. I didn't even want to come to auditions, honestly.
So the show had already started?
Yes, actually. So they were about a month and a half through rehearsals by that point, and I was in here talking to our lovely costume manager, Jay.
What class were you skipping to do this?
It was after school.
Oh, okay.
It was after school. I came in here because I needed somewhere to sit till my mom came and picked me up. So I was sitting in here chit-chatting with Jay, and Miss Schreiner was on stage talking about how she didn't have anybody to run lights. And I had been working stage manager, or not stage manager, but I had been working with like lights and mics and in the sound booth for about 6 months by that point. And I'm like, oh, I know how to run lights. And Miss Schreiner's like, yes, you're a paperclip. And I'm like, okay, lady, I don't know.
What in the world is a paperclip?
Oh, we're talking about paper. Do you guys want to say what a paperclip is in Whitmer Theater?
Yeah, and then I need to go back to understanding, like, because you were saying that that was your first show, but you were already doing something with, how were you doing something with lights and whatever, but you hadn't done anything before.
So,
and then I want to hear about this paperclip thing.
Okay, so in here, because this is a school facility, they use it for different kinds of events. So like any kind of inductions for like NHS and PHS, things like that, or like class meetings, things like that. I work those and I get paid.
Gotcha. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So this is after school stuff. And
this is during school.
Oh, during school? They pay you during school?
Yeah, it's during like advisory or like we'll have like exchange
Does the
schedules.
rest of the school know about this pay? I mean, they could take your job. I'm just curious.
You have to go through a couple people before it first, and you got to be really, really trustworthy.
Yeah. So, have a 4.0 GPA and all that good jazz.
Yeah. More so like not breaking expensive equipment.
Yes, please. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or hanging out behind the bobbits or whatever they're called. What are they called?
Battens.
The battens.
Hanging out by the battens. You can't just mess around back there the whole time.
Yeah, no. Oh, God, no. That's a really good way to hurt
So not
somebody.
a job I could have done in high school because I was super not trustworthy. In other words, I was just a mess around guy.
Trust is a big thing with that.
Okay. So then you just volunteered. You just stepped up and said, "I'll do it over here."
Yeah, full Hunger Games moment there. I volunteer as tribute.
I love it. I'll do it over here. Yeah. That's what you did?
Basically.
Nice.
But yeah, she was like, yes, accept your paperclip moment. I'm like, okay, lady, I don't even know who you are, but sure.
You didn't even know she was the director and writer and producer and costumer and everything? You didn't even know that?
I knew that she was the director, but I had never talked with her. Funny enough, I was actually really close family friends with one of her one of her pit members.
Oh.
She played the cello, Sarah Gibson. I loved Sarah. I knew her since.
Is she no longer at Whitmer? Is that true?
She is no longer at Whitmer.
I'm getting this past tense vibe from you.
She is no longer at Whitmer. However,
on doing other great things in life, I'm sure.
She is. She's a teacher up in Michigan, I believe. She teaches cello.
Oh, wow. She is doing it. I expect her to not be doing that. I don't know what I was expecting, but not that a crazy thing there. So you just volunteered for tribute and just started doing stuff. And I still don't know what the paperclip means. Do you know what the paperclip means, Aiden?
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm still pretty new.
Yeah. You just got here yesterday, I know.
But a paperclip is essentially like if you do something like good, essentially, like, or ask a good question,
above and beyond.
Yes, going above and beyond. Mrs. Schreiner will basically say paperclip, or like one of your crew members can say paperclip, and
that sounds weird. Why did you do that? That is weird.
Can I jump in?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
I need to know what. Still not explaining it. It's just like tomato. I don't know what that's weird.
So paper clips hold paper together.
Yeah.
And even if somebody needs to be let go and do their own thing, paper clips allow them to do that.
Oh.
Versus a staple or tape or something like that, where that's more permanent and that would cause damage to somebody when you let them go.
Did you make that up, Mrs. S?
Yeah. So I'll just tell you a little sidebar
Please.
real quick. When I first started here, I noticed that there was a little bit of a lack of empathy amongst cast and crew. There's always a weird divide between cast and crew.
Cast and crew, yeah.
Where nobody should be feeling superior or inferior. So I wore a giant golden paperclip on a necklace at one rehearsal. And this was probably 2008, 2009. And all of the kids asked me all through rehearsal, why are you wearing a big paperclip? Why are you wearing a big paperclip? Everybody noticed it, and that was the point.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
so I gathered them. We have character circles that we do with cast and crew. Not every day, but multiple times throughout the week. And when I gathered them all together, I said, now a lot of you have asked about my paperclip today. What does a paperclip do? And they were like, well, it holds things together.
It does exactly what Zoe said.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so from that moment on, I started giving paper clips that were specialty for each individual show. They're shapes, like based on the show that we're doing. And each kid will get a paper clip for doing something different throughout the course of our rehearsals. So the last time we did Oliver in 2012, the paper clips were shaped.
Which is what you're doing this year.
Which is what we're
Oliver.
doing now.
Okay.
The paper
That'll
clips.
bring back the crowds, I think.
Oh, I hope.
Oliver's a huge one, yeah.
I hope so. But the paper clips were shaped like houses because Oliver is an orphan and he longs to find a place to belong. So everybody got a house shaped paper clip. And I will have graduates that come back that have 7 or 8 paper clips, and they're all different from each show that they did. And they'll put them in their wallet. Sometimes they keep them on a chain in their car.
So everybody, it's like a little show gift. Everybody gets a little show gift,
everybody
a little
gets 'em.
memento, memory thing.
Yes. And so in
That's
Whitmer
lovely.
Theater, thank you. Paperclip is not something you have, it's something you are.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Deep.
It is. Listen, we needed it, though. It did not come from a place of kumbaya. We needed it because everybody was being so... They were being just... There was this divide, and I thought, we can't have this divide. We are a team.
And that's the biggest thing in theater.
Yes.
We all have to work together. The amount of people that have to come together to make a show not blow is amazing.
True.
Okay, because you got to have somebody who's doing the sets, somebody who's painting the sets, somebody who's turning on that light, because the soloist isn't going to look very good if the guy at the top decides he's not going to turn on the light.
That's true. What do they say? Without crew, the actors are naked on stage in the dark, with no microphone.
Oh, no microphone. And at the same time, they're
and vice versa.
The person up there singing and putting it all out there has to be able to trust and that they're going to do what they're going to do to be able to really put out there what they're going to do.
Exactly. And I always say that people that don't think that theater is a sport have never done theater. Yeah, it really is. You have to be a team.
So. The difference I see in people who I saw 2 years ago, especially in high school, 2 years ago do something, and then 2 years later, and what they look like, and that's all off season. That's all off season growth. That's going to vocals. That's going to dance. That's going there. It's just like weight training, only it's for theater. And I'm like, well, look at how big that muscular that person got with their voice. You know, it's the same thing though. It doesn't just like, oh, I just rolled out of bed and I can just la la la, I'm amazingly good. No. You know, only I can do that. Nobody else can do that. And that's, wait, what? you guys don't even call me on my stuff. You're just looking at me like, But I'm glad to hear, Aiden, that you were able to get in here and everybody welcomed you. They didn't shun you. Yeah. And did they all give you a paperclip? Their own? Did they sacrifice their own paperclips for you?
I've gotten like 2 so far.
Oh, you get more? I thought it was just one.
You do just get one, but we will call it out every time you're doing something. And people can nominate each other too.
Oh.
Like I nominated my overstudy, Izzy.
I've never heard of overstudy. That's a thing?
So
we say it here. I don't know if it's a technical term.
Yeah, no, I don't know stuff.
I'm the understudy for the character Dodger, and my overstudy.
You're the Artful Dodger?
Yeah.
Understudy. Cool. Cool. You look like you'd steal stuff. So
thanks is all.
That's a great role though. I love the show's just fun.
It is.
And Izzy is just a great overstudy, and she gives me her notes, and we share and we talk about it, and and it's just she's great. And so I was one day during Circle, I was like, nominated Izzy for Paperclip
for being a good person,
and it was also during a time.
And I assume she put that Mrs. S put you to work though when you're not being the understudy. You get to be in the chorus and dance around and ask for food and stuff, or what do you do?
I don't ask for food.
No, you're not one of those.
I look a little bit too old.
You're a little older than that. Yeah. Artful Dodger is supposed to be kind of young though too.
In the script, he's described as a undersized 16-year-old.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? I didn't. I'm glad you read the script. One of us had to.
Listen, I'm the director over here going, wait, it does? No.
Yeah.
That's good, Aiden.
Paperclip. Paperclip.
Thank you. So during one of the Circle times when we were all kind of nominating each other for Paperclip, I think I nominated another person too. I just can't remember
We nominated Jay because Jay. So we have a Discord that's completely separate from
a what?
Theater. We have a Discord.
Old people listen to this.
Okay, so a Discord, it's like a group chat with multiple channels for different things.
I mean, is that an app? Is it a website?
It is an app.
I don't know what the heck
It's an app and it's a website. And we use it. It's completely separate from Theater. However, we just create one for each of the shows.
This is just a form of chatting app. I'm just trying to catch up with Discord
here. It's a chatting app.
Okay.
And you can mention people so that way people get specific notifications if they have their notifications turned off. Mm-hmm. And Jay, every single day, without fail, she'd post a positive message saying hey, everybody, the sun's out. I hope you have a good day. Every single day for, I want to say about a month. Yeah. And we inevitably gave her her own little channel, which is a separate conversation. Uh-huh. Just for her to post her positive messages, and it helped a lot of people, including myself, get through a lot of hard days.
That's amazing. I need to be more like Jay at work.
I strive to be like Jay every day.
Be like Jay?
Every day. That could be a new motto. Be like Jay.
Be like Jay every day.
So I want to hear more about the school, though, okay, Mrs. S, because I want to make sure that I get everything covered here. Are you just the director here and then you go home? That's all you do is direct the shows?
Yes, and they pay me from a shoebox in the alley when I'm done. Oh. If I'm a good girl. No.
Food, glorious food. Please, can I please have some?
It's real life, guys.
I want real life.
I wonder why you're doing this show this year. Yeah.
That's right. It's relatable.
Yeah.
No, I hold 2 degrees. Uh-huh. I have my associates and my bachelor's, one from New York, one from here in Toledo.
New York, where are you at in New York?
So in Brooklyn, I went to Kingsborough College.
Kingsborough College, I've heard of that. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then when I had to transfer, I transferred to the University of Toledo, and then I got my bachelor's degree. And I had my second son 7 days before I graduated.
That's okay.
UT.
Starting life early, man.
It was, it was a whirlwind. I moved here in 2003.
My wife was 9 months pregnant when she was student teaching, so I feel
you.
Yeah.
Listen, hats off to her. I salute. Because
she had the baby, and then she got the job, had the baby, took the summer off, and had to start the real work. So I feel you.
Princess, yes, because honestly, so I moved here in 2003. We got married in 2005. I had Joe, my oldest, in 2006. My youngest in 2007, graduated from UT. And then
put your thumbs up. You're the Joe?
Yes, he's the Joe.
See, nobody's telling me. I got to fill in here. I didn't know you were the Joe that was born in 2006. Yes. Okay. All right. Continue. All of a sudden, so Joe is here. He's the other guy. He just randomly sticks his thumbs up. Like, wait a minute here. So okay, continue. Sorry.
And I started working here in 2008. So it was kind of a whirlwind. But yes, I do the fall play here and the spring musical. Mm-hmm. And I was the drama club advisor, but with theater just being so involved, I thought I really needed to dedicate myself mostly to the shows. So I don't do drama club anymore, but because it is a separate group of kids. Mm-hmm.
So you just do theater here?
I just do theater. It is
You're not required to be teaching English class or anything like that?
No. I am
nice.
considered a consultant for Washington local schools.
Consultant, nice.
I
got to get one of those gigs.
Right? I know.
Consultant gigs?
Yeah, I like to tell people, like, it's the same setup as a coach. If I were, like, the head coach of the football
exactly
team,
like
I'm like the head coach. So
yeah.
That's
very cool.
And my husband teaches here.
Aha.
But I love I love that I come in after hours. It's more fun. I don't think I would want to be in the classroom all day and then come here and
I don't believe you for a second, actually.
Don't?
No, I think if they opened up some sort of theater teaching classy thing here. Yes.
Well, they do have some classes. But
but I'm just saying, I think that the kids like you, I can tell already, especially Joe, and then everybody has to. But I feel like you would be fine with that, because if you're only going and teaching what you love and teaching who the kids that want to be there and love being there, I bet it's just like directing.
It's probably true.
It's just like directing, only it's in a room.
That's
instead of on the stage.
It's true. But I have also heard that, sometimes I'll just say this. I'm not a morning person either. Whitmer starts at 7:30 in the morning, and I am half alive at 7:30 in the morning. So I prefer to be here in the evening and do the theater schedule. I
as
like
far
the
as
second
jobs go, though, it's like it could be worse, right? That's what I look at. Like if they said, "Look, we really want you to be a full-time teacher of the classroom," you'd be like, "Oh no, I don't want to do theater." I'm sure there'd be much worse jobs.
Definitely. No,
I work at the sewage treatment plant or something.
Those people probably make a lot of money though, because nobody wants to do that.
So Joe, you've been here since the beginning since the beginning of high school?
But I've really been in in this space since as far back as I can remember. I basically was raised here. I started doing shows in sophomore year, I believe.
Officially. He did some cameos and some things.
Yeah.
Why'd you skip your freshman year? What happened there?
That was the COVID year, and everything was just really rocky, and I was just like,
Of course, COVID year, and then gotcha. Yeah. So sophomore year, so you were in the Electric Girl?
No, it was the year after that I did Sleepy Hollow, which you wrote as well.
Sleepy Hollow? You did a Sleepy Hollow play also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I did an adaptation.
I was the headless horseman.
Yeah, because she actually didn't write Sleepy Hollow.
Well, right.
Washington Irving.
I didn't want to crush Joe's thoughts and thinking like, oh, wow.
She came up with it all.
He thinks his mom wrote Sleepy Hollow. Wow. Okay.
Tim Burton made a movie off of your play? That's crazy.
Tim Burton made a movie off of your play.
So you started doing things right away. Did you do them when you were younger then too?
So I had a couple cameos. Well, a cameo in Aida, which I was in 6th grade.
I don't mean here. I mean everywhere.
Oh,
have you been doing it since you were 4 out at the Toledo Rep and all these other areas?
Not really. No. I mean, I've just been. Not really. I've just kind of. I've been learning a lot of stuff about.
So your mom hasn't corrupted you enough yet? Seriously, what's going on here, Mom?
He's just waiting, though. Honestly, he's just waiting.
Right.
He's graduating in 2 months.
Oh, you're a senior.
Yeah.
I'm getting a very faggy vibe from you. Yeah, you sound like no. Just the way you're holding yourself. Honestly, you got a vibe of the Fagans that I've seen, where they're kind of got this. Something going on in their head all the time. They're always working on a plan, and I feel like that's what you got going on over here.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that.
What do you think, Fagin?
I think that this is a very good idea.
See,
it's just method acting.
Yeah, is that what it is? Method acting?
The method of thievery, like you could say.
See, there you go. So that is the show we're doing here. We'll get talking about all kinds of stuff. Do you bring in choreographers? You do all that kind of stuff for these shows?
Yeah, so I have some really, really amazing coworkers for this.
Nice.
I have Amber Nags is doing choreography, as well as Lori Sod.
You have 2 choreographers.
I do.
Wow. Do you have a dance captain as well?
I do. I have a student dance captain, Braylon Sayer.
Wow.
And she's been dancing since she could walk.
Right.
That's how.
Right. One of those dancer studio girls. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, and she's new. She's brand new to our theater. So
what is going on? You getting all these brand new people.
All these
I think she's a freshman too.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Braylon Sayer is a sophomore.
Oh
Okay.
So I'm just going to butt in again and say that you keep getting these people that want to come in that are brand new and haven't done this before. I think that's a glowing whatever to you guys. You're doing something right, maybe.
It must be the paperclip mentality. I don't know.
It's gotta be Braylon Braylon's her name?
Yeah.
Yep.
Heard about the paper clips.
She must have. She
Yeah.
wanted to be a paperclip.
Get me some of those paper clips.
Bendable metal.
Yeah.
So you got the choreographers.
Yes, and then I have Lena Miller, who is doing our vocal direction.
Oh.
And I have Andy Schober, who's building our sets with the construction class, and I have.
There's a construction class at Whitmer?
Yes.
There
And
is.
they're building the sets?
Yes, well,
You're
Andy-
halfway to the theater department, just so you know.
We have a whole CTC program.
CDC is what?
CTC is a career technology center, and it
CT, gotcha.
It gets students prepared for after.
And that's where you
After high
probably
school,
started
after
doing the
college.
lights things, right?
No, actually,
Oh.
I'm in.
Man, I'm wrong all the time.
Funny enough, I am in engineering.
Oh,
Which
engineering.
is CTC.
Engineering, yes.
Yeah.
They have engineering at this
Yeah,
place?
they
Yes.
offer them.
So
Yeah.
first of all, I
They
drive
offer a
in,
lot.
and this campus is huge. I didn't know. I had no idea. I'm driving around. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making rights. I'm like, I'll get around to where I need to eventually. You said baseball field. I found the field. I turned to my right. There was this beautiful entryway. I was like, oh, nice. Okay, so you're an engineer.
Yes, I am in the engineering.
That's
program.
amazing. Love it. I love that you're an engineering program. So you're going to go on after this then, obviously?
Yes, my plan is to go to Miami University in Oxford and major in biomechanical engineering.
Oh, you're one of those dummies. Jeez.
Well, it's actually
Biomechanical.
Well, here's the thing. I was born with a physical disability.
Oh.
And I'm not going to get into it
Nah,
because
it's
it's a lot of talking. I don't got enough
Right.
time for that. But so I want to help children who were
that's
like
beautiful.
who were like me, because I had to wear braces and I had to wear all of these things when I was growing up, and I hated them. I never wore them, and I ended up damaging myself in the long run. So I want to help children like be able to not hurt when they grow up, because I have early onset arthritis in both of my knees now, because I didn't do these things. And even though I love theater so much, it does cause damage to my joints, so I do have to wear a knee brace on both of my knees.
And you would never know this. We have so many kids here that have, I'll just call them like hidden things,
Yeah.
you know, hidden conditions or issues. And actually both that are sitting here with us
Yeah.
too. And you would never know, because that is really, truly, I always say theater is therapy. Because
Yeah.
even though we've got some of these limitations, like if you came in here any day during rehearsal, you'd see Zoe zipping around this room.
You know what? We
You'd
all
see
have
Joe
something. That's
Yeah.
the thing is I don't think there's a lot of people out there. I'm sorry, we're going off on you apparently on this. Sorry, but the thing is everybody has something,
Yes.
and people when they have their thing think they're the only ones for some reason to have
True.
something. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that they think they're the only ones, and in reality, it's probably like 95% of people have something, and
Honest.
5% of people have some crazy luck and are not having something to deal with. So
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
No,
Yeah.
you're totally in the right here. However, it's funny enough.
don't tell me I'm right. Nobody wants to hear that.
It's funny enough that you say that though, because I was born with a rare genetic condition. It happens to about 5% of the population.
5%.
It's a mutation, so you have to have both of these recessive genes, and then on top of that, it has to mutate.
Of course, you won the lottery.
I drew a lot of short straws in my
Yeah.
life. It led me
You
here.
were 5'5". That's not too bad.
It led me here though, and I'm so grateful to be here.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, so theater is obviously this big old family. Everything's going on. So you got costumers, you got set designers, you got all these amazing people helping out.
Yes, we do.
I want to
So-
make sure we give them credit.
Yeah,
because they're a big part of everything.
Yes, please.
Shout out.
Felicia Singleton does our ticketing, and God bless her.
Deals with all the
Oh my gosh, with all of these
buyers,
seats in
yeah.
here, and it's all reserved seating, and
Oh.
we're online.
What is this, like 800? What is this,
It's
1,000?
close to 1,000.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's a lot.
humongo in here.
Yes, we have one of the largest stages in Northwest Ohio. One of the
Okay.
widest
Yeah,
ones as well.
For sure.
When I order backdrops for our show for rentals, I tell them we need like a 20 by 50, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you need the
Yeah,
big
you have a
ones."
big one. Southview has a really huge one too.
Yes,
That's
they
another
do.
big
Yeah.
stage. So big proscenium, big
Yes.
everything all going across there.
Yes.
And so you guys have your costumers, you have your set designers, pick persons.
And then Justin Rhodes is our orchestra director.
Oh, wow.
And
So you have a vocal person, then you have a different orchestra director.
Yes.
Now you say, is there a music director during the rehearsals?
So during the rehearsals, we use something called rehearsal track.
Oh, you got the rehearsal track.
You did that so well, Miss Schreiner.
And most shows I really want to like just drive that thing underneath my car tire. But no, actually it's been, because I've done Oliver before, it's been okay to work with this time. I prefer to have somebody to come in to play the piano for rehearsal.
Well, yeah, have somebody there that could go me,
Yes.
hit the notes right here, this is the notes right
Yes.
here. Yeah, I hear that so many times.
That's
So
great. Yeah, see, it's like it's burned into you.
I had kids in theater, and I sat with them when they were younger, going, "This is the note right here. Why aren't you guys hitting this note right here? Come on, this is where go up here." Like, and you can't do that if you get a rehearsal track.
That's right. That's right. So, but Lena does have. She has somebody that comes in to help her with the, some of the vocal rehearsals. Teresa comes in and helps.
Okay,
her.
so Lena's your vocal.
Lena is my vocal director.
Gotcha. So how'd you pick this show? What was the deal? Why'd you pick it?
To be completely honest with you,
No, please lie. Yes, always lie. Every time everybody says that on a show, can be completely honest.
Well, it's
I'm
not
like,
really.
Yeah, be honest.
To be honest, though, really, most directors are not going to tell you this.
That's true.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
I believed that we had the right group for this year. I am adamant against precasting or typecasting. You should never, as a director, to the young directors out there that are listening to this, if you are precasting in any show, that's a dangerous slippery slope, because if you think that you're going to have certain kids come out and they decide not to because mom and dad want them to work this season and not do theater, you really could end up shooting yourself in the foot. So, but I did feel like we could have a group that could really sink their teeth into this year as far as casting. And I also am familiar with the show, and stylistically, I'm like, it's been since 2012 since we have done this, and stylistically I really was like, there's some things I want to do differently than I did last time.
Nice.
So I thought it would be a cool opportunity to do it. But that's.
I think that you're right, though. I think that sometimes you can't be unrealistic about who's going to audition either, though.
Right.
If you're a teacher at St. Francis and you do Mean Girls, that's probably not the best choice.
Right.
No, Gender Bent Mean Girls is a sleigh.
I have a little trouble with that.
Yeah, but
They're all blonde anyways.
But it's like, what are you doing casting Mean Girls in this show? It's like, what are you doing? You got to at least be a little bit aware of your
So true.
I would
kids.
go see that. Yeah. I'd go see it.
The guy,
Yeah.
if they did a gender swap, that'd be cool.
Yeah, if they did Gender
Mean
Bent Mean
Guys.
Girls, I'd go see it.
Yeah, Mean Guys.
Mean Guys.
Exactly.
Guys,
Mean
yeah.
About a
Guys.
football team or something like that.
Yeah, guys are mean anyway. Right? Who else is mean anyway? So you've been doing all this forever. How is you've been doing 3 shows, you said, with Mrs. S? Is she mean?
No.
You've only
Not
done
to me.
3 with me?
No, I've done
Yeah,
3
at the high
years.
school, yeah.
Oh,
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years of
Was that
stuff.
6
So 3 years,
shows?
so 6 shows.
6
yeah.
shows. You guys do a play and a musical, or
Yes.
just whatever you feel like?
Fall play, spring musical every year.
Okay, that's very cool. So everybody can look forward, if they're here, being able to be a part of one of those things.
Definitely.
And if you are maybe less confident in your singing voice, then you can at least do the play.
Definitely.
And if or whichever, if maybe that's your strong point, is you're going to be a strong actor and less of the other stuff. What about if they're just dancers? Can you got a spot for them?
We do, actually, because we have Braylon, who I'm not going to spoil what we're doing with her, but she is she's doing her own little solo moment.
Nice.
And she's a very, very strong dancer, super duper strong dancer, and she's a really good actor too. So she is going to be highlighted a lot more with dance than she will be with singing. So example of somebody who was super duper strong and tap dancing and wasn't really good at singing and
They might get featured a little bit.
I hope that we do something like Clue, where we have the backup dancers for the singing telegram, and then you've got something like that where it could be just strictly dancing.
How many rehearsals have you guys had?
We
And we here really
God.
early? Is this you guys had 2 rehearsals or
No.
you guys had 100?
have
We've
Probably
been here
close.
since the end of January.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So so the dancing.
That's why I look so tired today.
Oh,
No.
I would never say that. I would never.
Miss Schreiner,
ever.
you look great every day.
Every day. Amazing. She's got the mask on. I can't see the whole face. But
We'll do the grand reveal before you leave.
I actually saw her for the first time the other day. She was walking outside and it was really, really nice out. So she didn't have her mask on. That was the first time I've seen her, and I've known you for how long?
It's true.
At least 8 months. At least 8 months.
Gotcha.
At least I teach people that you can still act only if you can see 25% of your face.
true.
You can still get my emotions, right?
There you go.
Pagan.
But everybody on the stage is gonna have. They're not gonna have masks,
No,
right? You're gonna be able to hear them. Everybody's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Everything-
they won't be masked. It's just been lately. We've kind of had a rough season with people getting
people
sick
have
this
been-
year.
Just politeness at this point. Everybody put the mask on if you're not feeling well, so you don't get the whole stinking cast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we've had a number of people that have not been here to stage their scene the first time we've done it because they've been sick.
I like that. That's become sociably acceptable to put a mask on if you're not
Me
feeling
too.
well.
High
Yeah.
key.
Because I don't want to hear your butt hacking next to me and be like, ugh,
Oh, it's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's
gross.
always been gross, but ever since COVID, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Put a mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
The
People
nice,
almost became more aware of
Oh,
wait,
yes.
wait, maybe I am
100%.
disgusting. I don't want to.
Yeah.
maybe
Ooh.
maybe I am gross.
Yeah, I do. When
I'm
I go to
that
work,
guy.
I'll get the mask. I'll put it on if I'm not feeling too well, or
Yeah.
maybe I'm also a little more prone to just call off. I'm not coming in.
Honestly, why
It's-
push it?
Yes,
Right,
before I might
right.
not do that. So, well, wonderful. When's the show?
So the show is the last weekend in April.
Okay.
It's April 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. The 28th is our matinee at 2. All the other evening shows are at 7.
Who wants
And-
to do a machine gun of some of the people that are doing great in the show? Like, who's doing Oliver?
Can I?
Yes, I want anybody to
shout out
talk
our
all over
production
each other.
team? Can
Yes.
I shout out our
You can
production
start with
team?
that, sure.
Okay, so for starters, we have an amazing student director, Aubrey Byers. We have our lovely stage managers, Xavier Robinson and Katie Chua. I believe that's how you pronounce her
That's
last name.
right.
We have our amazing costume manager, Jay Doran.
Nice.
We have a fantastic prop manager, Finn Ninny Kane. And we have a photographer, Piper Johnson. We have an awesome sauce lights guy. We have
Did you say
Jor-
awesome sauce?
Awesome
Love
sauce.
it.
We have an awesome sauce,
That's fire.
which is Joe Schreiner, which is
Did you say that was fire or slap? Would you say over
I
there?
said that's fire.
that's fire. Yeah, we have an amazing lights manager, which is Joe Schreiner, and then
George.
George. I'm so sorry. I'm losing my marbles.
Joe Schreiner's place.
George-
Fagan, yeah.
George Schreiner. George Schreiner is our amazing lights. I'm gonna shout him out again because he's also understudying for the knife grinder. God forbid, knock on wood. That
Wait, he's understudying for the
he
knife
is
grinder?
understudying for the knife
We
grinder.
have some crew members that understudy for
Oh,
us.
Yes, I am
nice.
also. I'm also backup lights.
And Aiden is the knife grinder, you said,
Aiden
too.
is the
who's-
knife grinder, yeah. So if Aiden has to go understudy for Dodger or Aiden can't be here for whatever reasons, then George is going to go on
Man.
as the knife grinder, and then I got to man lights instead
Man.
of doing microphones and making sure that those are all working.
Is that it? She did all of that
production
with
team.
no piece of paper. She rattled that off. I am
great?
stunned. I am stunned. I can't remember my kids' names, and you just rattled off like 50 people, and I'm wow.
Well, it's easy when
What did you want to be in college? You got it. You're
Right.
fine. Medical engineer,
She's
micro
halfway
whatever.
there, yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
man, that was impressive.
That's why I have these kids because I'm getting older,
Oh.
and my brain. When we get to Tech Week, I'm gonna have mashed potato brain, and thank God I have kids that are like,
I think
Mrs.
were my
Schreiner.
eyes getting bigger as you kept going?
Yeah.
Because seriously, I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, I
How is
know.
she doing this?
Yeah. Speaking of Tech Week, though, the other day we were staging one of the scenes, and Mrs. Schreiner forgot that a unit had to go off because then it's a piece, and then it's a dance sequence, and then it's back to the other thing, and we have to move an entire unit off of the stage, and Miss Schreiner just is like, okay, and I'm like, hey, when does that need to come off? 'Cause
You calling her out
I
right
am
now?
calling her out.
She's keeping me in line.
I am.
I don't surround myself with yes men. I need
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
Let me
actually
tell you
know how.
how Mrs. Schreiner messed up. Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Let me just tell you.
So
I'll own it.
yeah,
and who's playing Oliver in the show? Who's doing that?
Riley Buchanan is playing Oliver. We have Izzy Zuccarello. That's
Yes.
what I said?
Yes.
Yep, playing Dodger, and I'm playing Fagin, and we
Who-
have Brody Martin playing Bill Sykes.
Yeah, I was say who's the mean person? Yeah, Bill say.
And we have Ari Langford playing Nancy, and Cami Kokenauer playing Bet. And then,
Oh, who's Mr. Bumble?
Mr. Bumble.
Zachary Collins.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's Colin.
And we have
And the other Bumble lady.
Widow, the other
Yeah,
Mrs.
Widow.
Bumble, Widow
Yep.
Corney is played by Hannah Flaherty. We call
Yep.
Hannah Sticks.
Yeah.
That's their
Sticks?
nickname here.
Oh, who's singing the flowers? We're selling the flowers.
Who will buy
Oh, that's
there we go.
That's Nat Krogelski.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I'm really trying to drain my brain.
You're doing really well.
Am I doing well? I'm no Zoe. Let's not go crazy.
I'm better with first names than I am with last names, but I'm friends with most of the production team, so it's easy to know them.
Yeah. Am I missing anybody?
So
I don't miss anybody.
We've got the Sourberries. So we've got Mrs. Sourberry's Amy Martinez. Mr. Sourberry is Jacob.
Who are the
wrestler.
Sourberries?
They're the funeral parlor.
Oh, they're the ones who pawn off Oliver. Is that the ones?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Noah Claypole is played by Lance Sala. And then we have Charlotte is the Sourberry's daughter, played by Addison Heyman.
Do you think anybody doesn't know what Oliver is? Oliver Twist? Real fast, anybody? Written by that guy who did A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Right. So he did.
Hold up, what?
Yeah.
It's Charles Dickens.
Learning everything
Richard
new,
Nixon
something
did
new
both
every
of
day.
them.
Richard Nixon.
He did both those
He
shows.
did both of them. Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I just work here.
You did say earlier I don't follow all that theater stuff. So, but yeah, he wrote the Christmas Carol and he wrote this one here, and this is a story of a kid who's impoverished, obviously, and gets pawned off with some family.
Yep.
And he's in an orphanage for a little bit. And is there anything else I'm missing? He
No.
joins
So-
a band of thieves.
Yeah.
And he realizes that that's not, the right way to do it.
That's not nice.
He ends up it's bad. He ends up stealing from a wealthy man, and that wealthy man ends up taking him in.
Don't spoil it.
And the wealthy man, there is an Oliver twist.
She said it. There it is. She said it.
Because the wealthy man has a connection to Oliver.
Okay, stop. Don't tell any more. People need to come and see the rest of it.
Yes,
That is good enough as it is.
Yeah.
Come here, see the amazing tech crew, obviously. I mean, see the amazing performing crew, see the amazing everybody here. Tickets where? Where do we get the tickets?
So the tickets are on WLS4kids.org.
WLS4kids.org.
And it's the number 4. So they make it really easy. I'm being sarcastic. But also we have Whitmer High School Theater on Instagram.
Okay.
And I will have the link there.
Okay.
And we also have Nightingale Auditorium page, Whitmer Theater page on Facebook.
And that's the name of the theater,
well.
Nightingale or something.
Nightingale Auditorium.
Yeah.
Named after some old dead dude.
Yeah.
It's not Florence Nightingale?
No,
Is it
not
Nightingale
I have
or
no idea.
Nightingale?
Homer Nightingale. We have a plaque. There's a plaque of him in the lobby.
I want you to
Yes.
send me rehearsal videos. I want you to send me photos. I want to be able to share this on Instagram and make sure everything gets out there
we
to try and help.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Do you want a little singy? A little singy snippet?
No.
No singing.
Nobody wants to hear that.
I do.
Denied. Denied.
Go for it if you want. I'll
You
cut
wanna
you off
do
at the end.
Well,
I'm reviewing the situation. Can a fellow be a villain all his life? All the trials and tribulations. Better settle down and get myself a wife. And a wife would cook and sew for me and come for me and go for me and go for me and nag at me. The finger she will wag at me. The money she will take from me. A misery she'll make for me. I think I better think this out again.
yeah.
You are Fagin. You are such a Fagin. Good job, man. Good job.
Thank you.